Hello, everybody.
Hello. How's it going?
Welcome to Kirsty and Bryony's Comfort Zone.
I am Kirsty.
And I am Bryony.
That's Bryony.
And today, well, we have a guest, but we've been told, this has come from the top of Pickaxe, that we should actually properly introduce people when we have them on instead of just being like, this is our mate, you already know them.
It's our mate.
So, as a proper introduction, oh geez, how do we actually do this? Do we need to do like a drum roll and
maybe
have
like little...
You've heard of games.
Video
Well,
games?
this guy makes them.
Oh, damn.
It's Chris Youles. Welcome to the Comfort Zone, Chris.
What an
Do you feel
intro.
comfortable?
I do not.
Did that make you feel comfortable?
I don't think I was worthy of a drum roll.
What about the horns?
The horn, yes, always. If I go to a
How
room
would
and there
you
aren't horns.
introduce yourself?
Oh, you know, Chris.
Oh, maybe we should have done that.
Yeah.
Well, the confusing thing, like I was hoping I could do an introduction like you do on, oh yeah, Chris does a podcast called Pitch Please. I'm holding my hands up as if you're here, but we're in very separate rooms.
Yeah.
But
Can
on
confirm.
Pitch Please, you always introduce yourself with like a new wacky, like, oh, he's the best at skydiving and he's met Bob Geldof. It's Chris. I can't think of a good
I
example.
would say,
This is why I didn't
Bryony,
do this.
that we haven't done that in
Yes.
about a year and a half. And I know.
I'm very,
and
I'm very
you
behind.
You always tell me
Awkward.
you're a fan of the show and you listen weekly. I think you've just
Yeah, I was a
She
big
listens
fan
to
of
the
its early
same
stuff.
episode weekly.
Yeah, we haven't just done one episode. You just listen to that over and over again.
I just listened to the episode I was on over and over.
Wow, you're so.
But if you have me
hubris.
back, even after this, then I'll have two to listen to.
That's true.
I actually played an episode. I played an episode, well, the beginning of an episode to my parents when I was last back home, and they didn't recognize Alex's voice. They said he sounded very different on the radio.
People say
Oh.
that they sound different when they hear their voice back. I don't listen to our episodes because I don't like listening to my own voice, so I won't listen to this one.
I'm the same. I don't like listening to my voice, so I don't listen to any of this podcast ever.
Yeah. Also, I was on it, so I already know what happened. So it's kind of like
True.
don't need to.
That's true. When you said you're not going to listen to this, my initial instinct was to say, great, we can say whatever we want. And I was like, wait, no, because he's listening
Yeah,
now.
I will also
Yeah,
be here
as
at
it
that
happens.
time. Yeah, unless you do like some sort of post-edit section without me, I will be here for what you say.
I'm going to re-record the entire intro and you'll just be agreeing to
Everything.
various scandals.
Oh, you can't tell people about my scandals.
My scandal.
The scandals with Bob Geldof. Oh,
Anything but my scandals.
Have you met Bob Geldof?
Only in passing, in my dreams.
Who's the most famous person that you've met? Drop a name here.
I don't think I've ever met anyone famous.
Anyone.
Like,
anyone.
I was about to say I was in the back of a BBC weather broadcast once. But that's not meeting someone famous. That's just me, being on TV while someone says tomorrow it's going to be 17 and
I
sunny.
mean, you met the weather, and that's on TV every
that's
day.
true. But it wasn't
What
even
was
like
the weather
a
like
famous
when you were on?
It was muggy.
Oh.
And that's why it was going to be nice the next day. Like, it was raining. It's just like when old people say,
okay.
oh, we needed this. It's one of those days that resets everything.
I say that.
Yeah, old people.
Yeah.
You're
How
old
did
at
you
heart,
find
right?
yourself in the back of a weather broadcast?
I was on holiday. I must have been about 9, and it was in Great Yarmouth. So
Oh, okay. I was imagining you in the studio, like in the offices.
Goodness.
just wandering around.
Just walking in.
Hello? Do you remember when they interviewed that guy? I think he was called Guy.
The taxi driver.
And it was about Apple. Yeah, it was just me doing the weather. There's going to be a
Came up
low
as,
pressure
like,
front
head
from the east.
meteorologist.
It's just a 9-year-old boy appears.
Where am I? I thought I was in Great Yarmouth.
Yeah, so it was raining. It was a British holiday, so it was raining. And then the day after we were going to leave, it was going to be sunny. So it was good to look forward to that. But I ran home to watch it because it was obviously pre-recorded.
Oh,
Yeah, I was just in the background. I was like, do I really look like that? And then it's all
Honestly,
been downhill from there.
I've done exactly the same thing in Great Yarmouth. They had oops.
What is it with Great
So
Yarmouth?
they had the This Morning crew in the little fun fair they have there. And we
is
were
that
like,
Pleasure Beach?
Yeah, they call it the Pleasure Beach. But when you say Pleasure Beach,
it's
you think
miserable.
of Blackpool, don't you?
Yeah, but Great Yarmouth is more syringes.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, they were there and they were doing interviews and stuff. We were just hovering in the background and we were like, oh, damn, we're going to be on TV in Great Yarmouth. Nice. I don't know if we ever
I've never
caught
been
it.
to Great Yarmouth.
Really?
The name really
I feel like I should go
oversells it.
now.
It's like mediocre
It's not very,
Yarmouth.
mediocre, a little bit sticky.
I was going to say, it does sort of imply that there is like a shit Yarmouth somewhere.
Yeah, it's
the
also
same thing.
it's the same place.
I've never been in the back of the TV. My brother did once. He walked in the back of the
You used to
news
work on
one.
TV. Does that not count?
Surely, yeah, you would have been the most
were
likely to be in the back of
filming
TV,
it.
surely.
But I never really did live TV, so I couldn't
What?
really just pop in the back.
No, but you were at least you were more involved than me and Kirsty, who just happened to be
Yeah.
in the back of a shot. You were actively participating in the
Were you-
recording of it.
Yeah, were you
My
ever an
hands
extra?
were on TV once.
Oh, what for?
Ooh.
My basically, they accidentally sent the main actress of a TV drama
The wrong
I was working
hands.
on. They sent her home early, and then they realised that they hadn't done any of the close-up hand shots. So
What? So what show
the
was this?
director, the director, tasked the makeup and costume team to go around and find. It was like Cinderella. He wanted to find the closest matching hands.
Right.
So the first time I ever downloaded WhatsApp was because I had to send the director a photo of my hands, and then the director would choose
Are you sure, Brian?
which hands.
Oh my God.
And,
Are you
my
sure?
hands
Did you
got
have to send
chosen.
your feet as well? Like, was it? Was it
I
really
wasn't
for
going to
that?
say it. I wasn't going to say it, but
If anyone's going to say
But
it, it's going
my-
to be me.
My hands were chosen. I had to put the costume on, and then I just had to do a little bit of hand acting
ooh.
in the shot. It
What
was
a hand
about
model, like a magician.
I think it was like developing photos or something. So I was just moving stuff from one thing to another, and
Right,
that
okay.
was it.
Your
What
classic
show
handwork.
was it? Do you remember?
It was called The Living and the Dead.
Oh.
I watched the first episode, saw that I hadn't been given a credit despite working on it for 7 months, and then I never watched it again out of spite.
Oh. Do you know what episode had your hands in?
Oh, that I don't. I feel like it was like the third episode.
Not
I was like,
episode
it's
one.
not
Alright.
the one I saw.
All right, I'm
Yeah,
gonna have to
not
go and
the
watch
first
that
one.
entire thing.
Are you going to
also
recognise
when,
her hands though? Like, oh, I know those.
Yeah,
There could be
yeah.
a lot of hand shots.
For sure.
And okay, right. You're very
No, I
close to
Recognise
Those
it like the
hands.
back of my hand.
Like the
Yeah.
back of my hand. Yep, at the back of Bryony's hand.
But yeah, well, okay,
Anyway,
Chris, we
dreams.
brought you
Sorry,
here
yeah.
for a reason.
Hello.
So I had a message at, was it about 2 a.m?
I can check, but it was early AM. I woke up
It
from
was-
the end of a vivid dream. There was like this dream went on for quite a while, but I only remember sort of from a certain part because that's where it got weird.
Okay.
Not in like a weird way, but in a weird way.
Weird.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it was 2:21 a.m. I had a message from you saying, I just woke up from an incredibly vivid and insane dream. I wrote it down.
Like now I feel like I've oversold it. Like it was vivid.
I'm sure it's
Yeah,
fine.
I think
just
it's-
say
That's
it when you
okay.
read it out. Just say
No,
it
I
in
see.
a really like
Just
spooky
add some
voice.
add some flair to it, you know.
I was gonna send it to you, Bryony, and I was gonna get you to read it out.
I can do a dramatic reading of your dream if you would if you would like.
Yes, like it's. I'm not the greatest writer anyway, and I will never claim to be. But this is bad. Like punctuation wise and just words. Yeah, it's bad. I've capitalized one word. I'm going to put it in the chat now for you.
Ooh, look
Ooh.
at this.
Like you can see straight away, second line. There's just a random capital letter and a spelling mistake. But this was at 2:10 in the morning. So this was my first dream, and then last night I had another dream, which I can talk about after if you want. But I only remember the slightest bit of that. But that was weird enough that I was like, why was that happening? Yeah.
Okay.
So we can start whichever order you want.
Yeah. I'm looking forward to Bryony's dramatic reading of this dream.
Yes.
What do you remember what sort of feeling was accompanied with this? What's my motivation for, the tone in which I read this out?
I don't know, but I will say the ending of it made me laugh, and that I laughed myself awake, and that's why I remember it. I've laughed myself awake a few times. It's either that I think I'm incredibly funny, or
Of all
that
people
I just
I know,
found it hilarious
with
and I've
you,
laughed.
that surprises me the least.
Right, okay. That's fine. I'll take that as a compliment, I guess. But I think if something jolts me awake, or if I wake myself up because I found something funny, like I've laughed in my sleep and I've scared people because of it, but I will wake myself up laughing.
They didn't even realize you were in their house at the time.
No, I was under their bed and it was awkward.
What was that noise?
Apparently I laugh in my sleep too. The other day, apparently, my partner woke up after having a nightmare and I was just evil laughing next to them.
Wow.
And it scared the shit out of them.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, obviously I don't realise I'm doing it, but the weirdest thing that I've ever heard was I was going to the toilet once, like it was like 12, and my sister was asleep and her room was next to the bathroom. And as I went in, I could hear singing, but it was like, do you know, like the creepy ring a ring, like that kind of tune.
Oh my God, no.
But imagine that, but it was S Club 7 Reach. And my sister was just singing that. And I just opened the door. She was just laying on her back, eyes closed, singing that. And I was like, what's happening? And then I just sort of shut the door. And I just left it. Didn't want to deal with that.
No.
There's some sort of S Club possession that I didn't want to have to deal with.
I mean, that is a good idea for a horror film, I feel.
I agree, yeah. I would watch that.
With a good soundtrack.
Yes.
Just have the tagline would just be, there ain't no party like an S Club party.
Nice.
And then on the back of the DVD, it would be like, because an S Club party don't stop. What are they doing these days?
Oh, I don't know.
Are they doing?
They've
I
not
don't
stopped
know.
partying.
Yeah, that's
No,
the
they haven't.
problem.
They're still going. Someone needs to help them.
I think they need to help themselves first. No, I think they did a uni freshers event, but I think there was like 3 of them showed up. And it was the 3 no one really cares about.
Oh.
Rachel Stevens.
Were there
wasn't
7 of
That's
them?
all that matters.
Is that why they're called that?
Yes, there was 7. Yeah.
Okay. Them and Steps are just merged in my mind.
Yeah, there were
They
4
were too
people in
similar.
Steps, right?
5,
I think, or
right?
5.
Yeah.
Were there 5?
Yeah.
Oh.
4 or 5. I remember one of their albums had like squares on the front, so I thought it was 4, but maybe there was a square in the middle too. So it was like split into quarters.
Oh, right, yeah.
So it was
Okay,
4
gotcha.
or 5 in Steps.
I saw H once,
Oh God.
or as other people say, H.
H. You mean other people? You mean me? Are you calling me out?
He was in Les Miserables. I went to see. He played what's he called? Marius.
H from Steps. He played himself.
Yeah.
He was big back then too.
I'm just
was.
looking at what the people from S Club 7 have done. So Hannah from S Club 7 was in EastEnders for a bit.
She was also in a dinosaur program.
Oh.
That it was like dinosaurs that go through rifts and they escape into real like modern time, and they have to capture them.
Oh, I thought
Primeval.
you meant
Primeval,
like
that's
walking
the-
with
Yeah,
dinosaurs
they were in
or something.
Primeval.
Yeah.
Seed of Chucky as well. Joe was in Hollyoaks. Wow.
Wow.
They're
Oh, no, they
covering
weren't.
all the soap bases.
They weren't in Hollyoaks. They joined a Hollyoaks actor for Just the Two of Us.
Oh.
I don't know what that is, but they did that. And they did Big Brother. Wow. Very cool. They've done lots of things. But they haven't stopped
They
partying.
haven't stopped partying, and that's the most important. And they haven't stopped reaching for the stars
No.
and other
Climbing
songs.
every mountain.
They've never had a dream come true.
Oh no!
Oh, that's kind of sad.
Maybe we should get them on this podcast. What was the dream you wanted to come true?
Success.
Well, I'm
Right.
gonna. Oh no!
Let's go. Dramatic reading.
Why is she saying,
Okay.
oh no?
I don't know.
Um,
Have you read
because
ahead?
you said success. The,
Oh,
the
right.
dream they
Just
had was
very
success.
very
Oh,
delayed
no.
response.
I was distracted because at that moment I just happened to be thinking about. I went to the shops earlier and I just happened to notice that they've started doing vegan petit falou. And it just
have
popped
they?
into my brain.
Oh, lovely.
Lovely.
Thinking about it. Just thinking
This
about
is what the
petit falou.
podcast is like, Chris.
No, it's
This
fine.
Is, this is,
Yes.
I've
it's just
listened
us
to a
going
few.
off on tangents.
I've listened to a few, and I have noticed that for the first 20 minutes, it's more of like just a quick catch up with the mates, and then
Pretty
solid
much.
dream action from 20 onwards.
Oh, yeah.
As the time
Dream
ticks down and we
action.
start to panic that we've not talked about anything relevant.
Oh, I would say with this,
Okay.
Brian, if you want to read through it, and if you want to stop at any point and ask questions, because some of these I don't have the answers to, but I could possibly help provide more context. And actually, think about it,
I
I
have
probably
one
can't provide
question.
more context because it's just insane. Go for it.
Okay.
I have one question. Do you want me to read this out accurate to how you've written? Because at one point you've written owner
Yes.
full stop trains
Yeah.
instead of
I feel
on a
like
train.
I feel like
okay.
you could. I think that adds.
Okay.
I spelled the word.
Adds
I spelled the word
character.
humongous correctly, and that's
I read it
Impressive.
as Among Us.
oh, right.
Among
Yeah.
Us?
Well, you can read it.
Yeah.
There's that. But yeah, I would read it as verbatim.
Okay.
All right.
Here we go. This is going to be used as my audition tape to any voice acting
It's your
work I do.
monologue.
Yeah. I will be reading from Chris Youles' dream. Thank you. Okay, here we go. Start on the dream. I am going on a camping
Didn't
holiday.
even see the spelling there.
Cut to me, owner. Trains heading to the coast. I have a small dinghy with a tent, like cover, as well as a humongous oil rig looking thing that is a wind turbine for power, I think. After a while, I race up and down the river and decide I actually would rather stay in France. I deflate this giant rig and I put it away. I arrive at a rundown hotel. Reminds me more of Hong Kong in terms of the building, the door of the building.
To clarify,
After a while,
just to clarify,
yeah.
I remember in the dream saying that out loud, that it reminded me more of Hong Kong than it did of France. Just the doorway.
Amazing.
There's a very specific metal doorway that I noticed in Hong
Okay.
Kong. Sorry, carry on.
Have you been to Hong Kong?
I have.
Oh,
Okay. Have you been to France?
It's not a brag. I have. And they have different doors.
They did.
Look at
It
Mr.
sounds
Travel
like
over here.
it. Very well traveled.
I love doors.
Great Yarmouth and Hong Kong.
Different doors again.
All of the doors in Great Yarmouth are covered in piss and
Now-
graffiti.
This is where it gets a bit more wild.
Okay. After a while, I hear people chatting by the bar and head over. Opens to this beautiful courtyard of gorgeous architecture and water features. Roman-looking stuff. Bit of Renaissance, too. For some
Just to set the
reason,
scene.
one of them is completely Lego and an aquarium with live animals in. Oh, live animals in. I thought you were just saying with the animals live. With live animals in. I hear Dav. He points to a giant hippo and says, oh, do I have to do a Welsh accent for this bit?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, wait. I can't think what a Welsh accent sounds
From Wales.
Wales.
from Wales. You know it's a party when one of those tanky bastards are here. Turn back and more animals are in these weird areas. I sit down and look at thee. Very close by, a killer whale leaps on it out of the water. I get my phone out to try and get a cool panoramic shot for when it jump again. This time it appears next to me, plops its head on the side with a weird toothy grim with an M. But the Donald Trump teeth picture thing.
You know that picture where he's like going, it was that exact face, but it was a killer whale.
And I fall back. It then spits water at me and now I can't say this next bit in case my mother listens.
F's off.
It fucks off.
There you go.
I hear screams as a polar bear is running around in the courtyard, which now, for some reason, is a bouncy castle inflatable assault course style open area. People are clambering, the polar bear catching and bites someone's legs. And someone says out loud, what accent did this person have?
You can just do yours.
Do daff again.
What did I do daff again. What did I say? I can't think what daff sounds like already. I'll just do something as someone who's listening to a polar bear. What did I say? You bring one of them out and someone's going to get bit. A hotel worker runs over and is chattering scissors at the bear for some reason. I look back over to where I was and there is a silverback gorilla sitting there and chilling. I wake up confused.
Yeah. The silverback gorilla made me laugh so much that that's why I woke myself up.
Oh my God.
But the chattering scissors. So imagine there's a polar bear biting someone's leg, and it's someone who appeared to work there, just stood in front of the bear and was just like opening and closing scissors at them.
Just shoo, be gone.
Just like, and I was like, I have no idea in what world that would ever do anything to just any animal or person. But yeah, I don't really know what happened. A common occurrence in my dreams, at least, is that as I turn back around, rooms will change, or like layouts will just completely change, or complete different environments. But this time, everything just replaced itself with bouncy castle.
Fair. There were a lot of animals in there as well.
Yeah,
Do you dream about animals a lot? Do you find?
No, dinosaurs are a big one for me.
Oh, really?
A lot of time. They're normally like surviving from or escaping from. But I'm big dinosaur fan.
What's wrong with small dinosaurs?
The Donald Trump killer whale and the gorilla are a new one, and the polar bear. Most of those animals are new ones to me.
I think
does anything in that help?
We had an episode not long ago where we read dreams that people had sent in, and one of them was about being chased by a dinosaur, right? You remember that?
Turned around and got some scissors out.
Yeah, should have. They should have.
Just at them.
But I think we went into like childhood and like things that you're scared of as a kid for that one.
Yeah.
I can't really remember.
Oh no, I love dinosaurs.
I love dinosaurs.
You'd probably still be quite scared of them if you met one, though.
Oh, it depends on the dinosaur.
True.
But yes, probably. They're still quite big.
Not all dinosaurs. Hashtag.
Yes. Hashtag not all dinosaurs.
So in my book, there is an entry for scissors.
Oh, okay.
It says, in dreams, these can suggest cutting remarks or decisiveness and taking control. They can also suggest separation or independence, as in cutting the umbilical cord or the need to get rid of someone or something out of your life that isn't working anymore.
Or trying to separate a polar bear from a man's leg.
Exactly.
He did not want it to be there anymore.
Therefore cut it off.
Scissors were a metaphor for, well, they're not really a metaphor, they were scissors, but he wanted it to stop. Does it say anything about bouncy castles or Roman/Renaissance architecture turning into bouncy castles?
Hang on, let me look for architecture.
Yeah, look up bouncy castle.
One thing I do a lot before bed is I watch YouTube videos. A lot of time it is about architecture.
Well, there we go.
I like a good skyscraper documentary. I like a good bridge. Love a good bridge.
I love a bridge, me.
City planning also up there. I like to learn something before I go to sleep. So
this is what you do before bed? Like, this is your nighttime ritual? You sit and watch videos about architecture, bridges?
I'll just pop one on. It's like a 10-minute. Yeah. It's like, here's how they built the tallest building in the world.
A little wind down. Yeah.
Kirsty could
Just,
learn something from you.
Yeah, I was going to say, this makes sense because often my dreams have scary things in, and the way I wind down is by going on Reddit and reading about things I'm scared of.
So what you should really do is go on like r/bridges and be like,
Yeah.
oh, that's
Yeah.
a nice suspension bridge.
Have a look at a bridge.
Wonder how
Well,
that's made.
the thing is, I would end up going on r/catastrophic failure and seeing bridges that had like collapsed.
Oh, right.
Which
Well,
is
When
very
bridges
interesting.
kill.
When bridges kill.
But at least you'll understand why it collapsed. You'll be like, well, that's because, it was the wrong
Yeah.
type of bridge for what they
Exactly.
needed, or they didn't stress it enough.
Didn't stress
And
it,
a
those
fun
beams,
fact about bridges
wrong
is
kind.
that the Brooklyn Bridge is older than Tower Bridge. It's just Tower Bridge is made to look older.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Ah, that's cool.
There you go. I mean, I learned that on YouTube video. It's probably wrong.
Oh.
But I think it's correct because I learned it on the internet.
The internet wouldn't lie.
Exactly.
Who would ever lie on the internet? No one.
Another fun fact about Bridges is that Beau Bridges is older than Jeff Bridges, his brother.
Wow.
I don't have any bridge facts. I just like Jeff Bridges. There is a bridge I'd really like to see, though. There's a
What
bridge in
bridge?
Germany that did you ever play Spiritfarer?
No, I didn't.
No, I've seen you play it.
Oh, it's heartbreaking. But there's a bridge in that I think is inspired by a bridge in Germany, and I'd like to see that bridge one day.
Or just in general. There might be a video about how it was built.
Yeah,
Maybe.
it probably is.
Pop that on before bed.
It's
Have a
based
nice little
on
dreamy sleep.
Oh my gosh. It's based on the Rakotsbrücke in Azalea, located in Goblenz. I've
Those
probably
amazing
said
words.
every single
Those
word
were
wrong.
words.
It is
That's
known
Welsh.
as the Teufelsbrücke or the Devil's Bridge. But it's a
Oh.
nice bridge. I'd look at it. Look at that bridge.
Would you cross it?
I'd cross
Yeah,
it.
give it a go.
Okay.
Give it.
Give-
I'll
give it a-
give it a good gander.
Little gander.
Walk.
It's like a semicircular bridge. So with the reflection of the river, it just looks like a big a big O.
Yeah.
Big ol'.
I will point out actually, which is I don't know if this is it seems quite common amongst people, is that this is the first dream I've ever got my phone out. Phones for me don't usually
Wait, in the dream.
in the dream because I was
Oh.
taking a picture,
Ah.
but I never normally seem to have a device on me.
Right.
No, I've never thought about that before. I don't think I usually have my phone on me in my dream.
Yeah, honestly, same. I can't recall ever dreaming about my phone.
Yeah, but it's the first time I've ever
Hmm.
used a device in a dream that's been my like similar to it wasn't my phone, but it looked like a phone.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, which I find odd. A lot of people say that they don't get their phones out.
Yeah,
Or
it's like
they don't have technology with them.
when people like read in dreams as well. Like often it's just feels like the brain is telling you that you're reading, but you can't like read anything in front of you. Like there isn't actually any sort of words there. So it's the same with the phone. There's nothing on the screen, but you feel like something's happening.
Yeah.
I can't remember where I read this, but it was that because your brain can't create faces, you're actually just pulling faces from people you've walked by or
Yes.
they're stuck in your head, which I find like super weird considering I will see people in dreams I don't recognize whatsoever.
Mm-hmm.
You probably just saw
But
them on
I've
the
obviously
bus.
subconsciously just like, I just walked by someone and then all of a sudden they're being bitten by a polar bear. And
There's no
look,
one with scissors.
the woman yesterday from Subway is now trying to fight off with some scissors. Daff was there, so that's always good.
That's true.
He's always welcome.
Hang
Aw.
on. I just realised a complete stranger said hello to me the other day. I
Mm-hmm.
wonder if it's because they had seen me in their dream. Maybe we've walked by each other
Maybe.
before. Because he said it in a proper, like, laughing way. I mean, for
Or maybe he
context.
watched you get
As
attacked
if he
by a polar
recognised
bear.
you.
Well, he had just. I was walking down the road. I think I told you this the other day. I was walking down the road with a bag of chips and I stopped to take a big sniff of the chips because I was like,
Oh yeah, no,
"Whoa,
standard. I do that.
chips." And then as I looked up, I made direct eye contact with this guy, and he just sort of went, "Hey," and then he left. He just got on his
Because
bike.
he wanted
and
to
left.
smell your chips.
Maybe.
He was probably jealous.
I
mean,
was
it's one
worried
of the-
because I was like holding my phone in one hand. So I did he think I was taking a photo of him and hiding behind my
no.
chips whilst I did it or
That
something?
was subtle. They'll never see me behind my chips.
I was just
the flash
smelling
is on.
chips. Oh no.
Like, how many? Like, there's a thing where someone asked, like, how many photos do you think you've been in the background of? Because obviously people are taking
I think
photos
about
all the
this
time.
so much.
But
Yeah,
how
me
many dreams do
too.
you think you've been in? Like, either
Oh, I don't know.
as like
I
Daft was in mine,
wonder.
but I know who he is, but
Mhm.
Yeah.
as just a random character in that person's dream. There
I
you
guess
go.
probably fewer now
Something to think
because
about.
since working from home, I guess I would see, because I used to get the bus to work every day. So
the
I guess
thing
people
is-
would see me more.
But Bryony, you're a streamer.
That's true. That is true.
Yeah, people see you. You
I
don't
wonder
see
if-
them. So
Yeah, they're all dreaming about you. Maybe.
But I still have
Sniffing
dreams
chips.
about, like, oh, the old chip sniffer Turner.
yeah, but when you
I
want
have
to get those
dreams
chips,
about-
you might have seen 10 people maybe. That's that that repopulates the old character bank.
That's
good,
true. There are at least
some good
5 people
characters.
just in the chip shop alone.
Exactly.
So
They're all
that's
sitting
half
there
the quota.
sniffing their chips.
True. These are all people for you to dream about.
Aww.
But yeah, I think we've when we did the writing episode again, there were quite a few people that was like, oh, I dreamt that I was roommates with Kirsty, and I dreamt that I was playing
He
with
was
the
putting
bunnies.
spiders in my hair.
Yeah, exactly.
Wow.
So I think a lot of people, like more than you know, probably dream about us.
True.
It's it's weird to think about.
Yeah.
I like to think about the photograph thing because when, like in my parents' house, we have a lot of like holiday photos on the wall, and by their very nature, you have like random people in the background. And I remember looking at one specific guy and just thinking, like, in the way, like, do you ever just people watch in the street and you come up with stories for people?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I would just like create a backstory for this man to have been on holiday at the same time. And I was just thinking, like, would I recognize that guy if I just happened to see him again? I'd be like, oh my God, it's holiday guy. And then I was like, what if I'm in the back of other people's holiday photos and they think about my backstory?
Oh
It
my
could happen.
God. Well, it's like, have you ever heard the story of like the couple that got married and they
Yeah.
were looking through old photo albums? Yeah. And they realized that they both went to Disney World at the same time, and they looked and they had pictures of each other.
Yeah, one was in the back of each. They were in the back of each other's photos,
Yeah.
and they lined up perfectly.
It's crazy.
and there was
That's
another
so
person in the back
sweet.
just sniffing chips.
Yeah.
It was a lovely story.
Both of their pictures was just them looking at the weird person sniffing the
Sniffing
chips. And
That's how they bonded.
yeah.
Oh, like when something weird happens on the bus and you make eye contact with someone else, just like, oh, and they're like,
Wait.
how romantic.
Yeah, I don't really know if there was much to go off in terms of that dream, just
Well-
because it was just full of different things
No,
all over
it's
the
still
place.
an interesting one.
I doubt.
Like,
Is there anything about doors? I feel like
I
that's
could look up
There has
doors.
that's
to
got to
be.
be like
I'll have a look.
big
I also
thing.
just wondered, like, did you watch anything that might have just led to a bunch of animals being in your dream? Because you've got a ton in there. You've got like whales. What
No.
else? The
think
gorilla,
the
hippos.
What day was that, Bridie, that I messaged you? Do you remember? 'Cause I'm trying to think what I might have been
14th
doing.
of October.
And
It
the
was the night of the 13th.
right, which was what day? It's a calendar.
Oh,
Yeah, so that's the question because I can figure out what I was doing.
a Thursday to a Friday. Are you a creature of habit then? Would you have been doing the same?
Ah, that's
same
murder
thing.
night. No, I think I must have been just playing Overwatch before bed, and then I got into bed and
Oh,
slapped on
that explains
architecture.
the gorilla.
Winston. Is that his name?
Yes.
Winston.
Winston.
Perfect.
And isn't there... Oh, no, wait. I was
there a
thinking there
hippo in
might be a
Overwatch?
bear, but I think I'm
Oh.
getting confused with
There's a hamster.
dwarf. Oh, yeah.
True.
Hamsters are just tiny bears.
That is true. Famously,
that's a fact.
that's what they say.
So I've looked up doors.
Yeah.
We have a Freudian answer for doors.
There he is.
There he is. We love Freud. Doors are dream images representing the body's orifices.
Oh.
Right.
In general, most dream analysts believe that entering through a door signifies new opportunities. Doors and doorways represent an opportunity for either positive or negative change. You may be entering into a new stage in your life, moving from one level of consciousness to another. There we go.
Ooh.
Wow. I
Well,
mean,
there
I
you
just
go.
pointed out that it looked like a door that didn't belong in that country.
Yeah.
Have you been offered any strange opportunities that you feel don't fit in to your day-to-day life?
No, I can't think of any.
Sniffing a stranger's chips?
That fits in. Like, that's just a Thursday. That fits.
See, unfortunately, Alex has tidied my dream book away. So I'm sort of at the mercy of dream websites. And this is not helping, the one that I looked up, because I looked up Bouncy Castle. But I feel like this
Right.
doesn't fit. First of all, it says bouncy dreams refer to a loss in your feminine power. Does that fit at all? Do you feel you've lost your feminine power at all?
I mean, some days, but some days I just wake up and I slay.
Yas queen.
Yeah,
Yes.
exactly.
It says dreams about bouncy castles signals your desire to connect to a person in a more loving way. So, wait, some person or situation is adding chaos to your emotional life. Who's adding chaos to your emotional life? Is it
Brownie?
Angus? Is it
Probably-
Angus smashing up your
Probably
Lego?
myself. Just
Oh,
day to day. Why
The-
just sit,
the real bouncy castle is the you were
Made along
bouncing
the way.
along the way.
There's no bouncy castle in my
no
book.
bouncy castles.
Very sad.
There were two inflatable things in that. There was for some reason the wind turbine rig thing.
Oh
was
yeah, that was inflatable as
inflatable
well.
because I deflated it and I don't know why.
I imagine it will probably say something like
Letting go of stress.
non-permanence or something. Yeah, just like everything's changing.
Mm.
Everything around you
Oh,
is
like
shifting.
you're not steady on your feet. sort
And
of
it's not
thing.
steady, and you feel like everything's not permanent. I'm
Yeah.
having a look. Inflatable.
You got anything about
inflatable.
Lego aquariums? Or is that a bit too niche?
I might be a little bit too niche. Just a little bit. Just a smidgen.
Just a little.
Oh my gosh, there is actually a Lego interpretation on Dream Bible that is giving me an exclamation mark saying not secure, but it says the dream of Lego represents feelings about serious leisure time that leads to something that looks serious but isn't.
What?
What does
Oh.
that
What does that
mean?
mean?
Things in your life that feel good taking time to build and aren't serious. So this is very much describing Lego.
Yeah.
In a very roundabout way. Just
This
talking
is the
about
dream saying,
Lego.
have you considered buying Lego today?
Yeah.
We have many sets.
Oh, it's got a link. Oh, here we go.
Oh, look,
Oh.
Lego.com. Ooh, a Death Star. Yeah, anything about aquariums then? Or did you go for Lego? I can't remember which one you were going for.
I went to look for inflatables and there was
right.
nothing there.
Oh,
But I think aquarium will probably have something to look at though. That one's a
Yeah.
little bit more.
you like normal.
Normal.
Yeah.
Yeah. A little bit
Aquariums are
normal.
more,
There's not a lot of normal stuff in
grounded.
this dream, but
No.
this is one thing that's somewhat normal. I say that. No, there's no aquarium
Well,
in here.
Okay, so I found
Okay.
aquarium on journeyintodreams.com.
Oh,
And
what
it
happened to
says
Dream Bible?
water. I'd close that down.
Too many Lego ads.
Water in aquarium symbolizes your emotions.
Right.
Water in dreams almost always symbolizes feelings and emotions. If the aquarium is well maintained and the water is clean, you may feel that your emotions are in check and that you are cool, calm, and collected.
Well,
Was it
I
clean
remember
water?
the water I remember was a nice, very like glass like turquoise.
Ooh.
Yeah, I remember that
Well,
quite.
there you go.
Because
That's good.
regarding the hippos, there was one big hippo, and in front of it was a smaller hippo. And that's when Daft chimed in with the
Ah.
big hippo chat.
Were they in the aquarium, the hippos?
They were just,
they just
standing in the water, just being hippos, doing hippo things,
just hanging out.
just hanging out, being hippos.
It's pretty impressive that the water was so nice with hippos in it.
That is true.
They
Well,
they love to poop.
they do. They like to flick it as well.
They flick it everywhere.
It
Yep.
was very clean. And because of the Romanesque architecture, it was all very white stone. So there was no poo.
Ooh.
Well, there you go.
There you go.
No poo in my dreams.
Apparently, if you dream of hugging a hippo, it's a reflection of your desire for protection.
What?
you go.
That's like the opposite of what you should do if you want to be protected. If you hug a hippo, you're going to be seriously
that's-
harmed.
Protection from being alive.
I can run you through the brief dream
Yeah,
glimpse
let's
that I
hear
had from
your
this morning.
other dream.
So this one's a bit strange, simply because I've never had an urge or a
To
need
hug a hippo?
to buy or eat the fruit that I'm about to talk about.
Oh, jeez.
Oh.
Okay.
Wait, can we have a guess what the fruit is?
Yeah, go for it.
Kumquat. Is
No,
that a fruit?
but I like it. I think it's a vegetable.
Is it? I don't know. I
think
just
it's a
like the
fruit.
word.
A dragon fruit.
No, but they look
I
cool.
was thinking dragon fruit. Apparently, kumquat is a small fruit-bearing tree.
Oh.
Wait,
Oh.
It's a tree.
there you go. With fruit.
So with fruit.
I'm stumped.
Okay.
It's just
I'll
that's the name of the tree, and then the fruit is just either a cum
Right.
or a quat. I guess I don't know. Carry on.
Depends on the season. I will delay the reveal no longer. So it starts where this was basically about 5 minutes before I woke up. Well, that's what it felt like. So the end of this stream is when I wake up because my alarm's going off. But it started in a science fair. But I had already been dreaming for ages at this point. I just don't remember it. It was just a blur. And at one point I was just in a science fair and I was staring at like little presentation boards that they have. And on it,
Yeah.
it was basically said, what shape should you eat a persimmon? Now, I know what a persimmon is. And I keep saying the word persimmon so much that I keep thinking it's not a real word. But I had to Google it to make sure it was a real fruit.
It is a real
Yeah.
fruit.
I've never
You
had
get it in
one.
Animal Crossing.
They're very nice. Persimmons are lovely.
I just like the word persimmon. I don't know why.
Persimmon.
But it was basically presented in different shapes. And the person who had done this science fair had decided the best way to grow a persimmon is in like a hot dog shape.
It just keeps sounding like you're saying pussy man.
Pussy. Yeah, it does.
persimmon.
Persimmon.
Hello. Yes, I'm a persimmon.
Well, he was quite the pussyman.
What is the best shape to eat a persimmon?
Hot dog. Best shaped eat persimmon. And then, so that was it. Like we glanced at that and we moved over to the next one. And it was someone trying to prove why, if you're going to eat sticks, it's best to barbecue them. And there was a short video of someone on a lake on a raft made out of like twigs and sticks, which is what they were eating. But it was triangle, and I made note of that it was triangle because I found that weird. And it cuts to like the back of their head, and they turn around and they're eating a stick that has like clearly been charred, and it looks kind of like barbecue saucy. And they just turn around, eat a bit, and go, tastes like turkey jerky. And then I wake up. And I have no idea why that happened. But it
Okay.
was just like a 9-year-old sort of American girl, and she just says, tastes like turkey jerky. And then I wake up. My alarm's going off.
I'm
Anything
not
about
putting.
Pusselman?
I'm not putting any of my faith into these websites now, so I'm going to go off piece.
Did you search
with
for
these
Pusselman?
Pusselman dream.
What does Pusselman mean?
But I
Pusselman and
feel
dream.
like the symbology of a dream in which you're planning to cook the thing in which you have very much made a raft out of, that sounds like something self-destructive behavior.
True,
Right.
it does.
That's what, and especially as bodies of water, as we have very much covered in my horrific anxiety dreams, tend
Yes.
to be as anxiety thing. So do you feel like you're doing something self-destructive, and is it drinking Monster energy drinks?
Hey, don't out me like that. I don't. I've stopped drinking Monster as much. I had to specify as much. It hasn't stopped. I mean,
I'm not stopping cold turkey. Cold
As you-
turkey
You've
jerky.
Stop, don't be ridiculous.
as you might know, Bren, I could drink a Monster and then go have a nap. Like it's a
So
So
problem.
could I.
Wow.
Yeah,
It's a problem.
Same.
No,
ADHD.
I don't think it is.
ADHD, baby.
That helps. But it wasn't me on the raft. It was a video of
Oh,
someone
it's just
on
a
the
small
raft.
child. So
It was
it's
a
fine.
9-year-old
Oh, that's all right then.
aged girl eating a stick that's been
Yeah.
barbecued. I'm surprised you glossed over the hot dog Pusselman.
Well, I
Was that
mean,
really just a curveball
I
for
didn't
the
really know
anxiety?
what they look like.
I had to Google
You
it.
don't know what persimmons look like?
I've googled that they do. They look like a cross between. Funnily enough, and I wouldn't have said this 5 minutes ago before I googled that. They look like a cross between a tomato and a kumquat.
I was going to
Yeah.
say like,
They look like a big orange tomato.
yeah,
Yeah.
that or an orange pepper that is full on the inside.
Yeah.
You know?
I didn't realize how big they were, but thankfully there's
you
a
never
photo of
had one?
someone. I've never had one. I thought they were going
they're
to be
really
small.
nice.
Like
no, they're lovely.
What are they called? What are those the
Pusselman.
tiny little orange things that you get, and they're not called syphilis?
Oh, I know what you mean. Yeah, syphilis.
Yeah,
Tiny
I
little,
always
like a
think it's
nectarine.
syphilis, but it's not.
Oh right.
No,
I think
they're
with
like
other fruits.
They're like-
Syphilis fruit. Hang on.
Like a shy cherry tomato. Like they look like
Physalis.
that. Physalis, that's the one.
Yeah.
I thought it was going to be the
they're
same
like a
as
big
that.
physalis.
They're
Yeah.
huge.
They do kind of look like them.
A physalist for your fist.
Yeah. A fist-sized physalis.
But I don't often think about Pusselman. Very
Pusselman?
often, if ever, or ever. I think I've only ever thought about it once, and it was probably in a shop where I was like, "What is
Oh
that?"
my-
And it said Persimmon next to it. Oh gosh, is it a revelation?
Dreaminterpretation.co has dream meaning of Pusselman. And it
Oh.
says, to see Pusselman in your dream refers to happiness,
Ah.
which you will have on news when you don't expect to hear. I feel like a lot of these dream websites feel like they're written by AI.
Yeah. No, they absolutely are. They're
Yeah.
really bad. I have a
Um,
fruit entry
Okay.
in my book. When you see fruit in a dream, it usually refers to readiness, financial gain, and sexuality, as well as
Oh.
suggesting that you're going through a time of personal growth.
It does sound like I'm going to have a good time in the near future.
Yeah,
Both are
especially
correct.
since it was, a hot dog shaped pussyman.
A hot dog Pusselman
You're
gives me
just
money
having a
and
very
sexual
lovely-
activity.
Lovely, sexy
going
time.
to be
Going to put
drowning
it
in
somewhere.
Pusselman.
But yeah, there was like a donut one, and then like a hot dog one, and a regular Pusselman.
Ooh.
Yeah, and it's just apparently the hot dog was the best shape to grow and eat Pusselman in.
I feel like Freud would have a field day with that.
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff here about sexuality.
Just with the
A
fruit.
ripe banana
Oh,
may indicate a man who is at his sexual peak. So maybe a hot dog pussyman is the same.
yes. when I thought about it, I woke up and I was like, yes, my sexual peak is hit.
Here it
I
is.
have seen the orange hot dog. The Pusselman will rise.
It is my
It
time.
is my time.
Fucking
I feel
hell.
like there's so much symbology across the two of these dreams. It's like, I feel overwhelmed.
See, I don't see the connection. I think they're two very distinct situations.
Yeah.
But I also wouldn't have been surprised if I didn't wake up from the first one and I walked through a door after I saw the gorilla. If I walked into a science fair and saw a hot dog pussyman, you know.
Worried what you were going to say then when you just said, "Imagine if I didn't wake up from the first dream." I was like, "No, Chris, don't walk through the door. Stay with us."
Wake up! You're in your sexual peak. You've got so much to live for. The pussyman. You're going to have a good thing. You're going to have a wonderful thing next week.
I mean, are there any opportunities that you've got? I mean, can you say if there's any opportunities coming up? Are there any big things coming up that could be opportunities?
Plan on getting laid soon? No. I don't know. Apparently, I don't know yet, but according to, was it dreambible.com, it's all on the way.
Yeah.
I'll keep an eye out for any
the real question,
new-shaped fruits.
Nice.
What is round the corner for Chris Youles? Is it a polar bear or a pussyman?
Oh, I hope it'd be the silverback gorilla that sat there. He was just sat there like, just rubbing his hands together, having a good time.
When I went to, it's closed now, but I went to Bristol Zoo and they've got gorillas. Well, they had gorillas. And I spent ages looking at the big boy gorilla because he didn't look real. Like, he looked like...
Man in a suit.
I kept on just thinking, that's a man in a suit. That's got to be. That's not a real gorilla. And I just stared at it for ages. And then, because they had this glass... I mean... It wasn't going to get me. It was fine. But there was like a glass tunnel that you used to walk through and the gorillas could go over the top. And one of them stood atop the glass tunnel and just peed off the edge. And it made a little like piss cascade.
Lovely.
It was quite nice.
Did you just close your eyes and you're like, oh, I like it when I hear the rain. Gorilla piss. Gorillas in the piss.
But yeah, they're very strange close up.
They are. I like it when they run on two legs because they really swing their arms, but they have so much swag, and it's great.
Yeah.
I also like.
They just look so human.
They do.
Yeah.
That's the creepy thing, right? Because you're like, we used to be like you, and then we got phones.
Oopie doop, but we used to be like you, skilling a bad do. Which the gorilla did not appreciate me singing at the time.
Oh no! Have you ever seen the orangutan who puts on sunglasses? That's a fun one.
No.
Someone drops their sunglasses in the enclosure, and the orangutan picks them up, and puts them on.
Oh my gosh! What a thug life decision.
Put someone upside down first, and then put someone.
Oh, he playing.
But it was like, you look great. They're highly intelligent animals.
Orangutans are like the most human of all of them. They're nuts. Yeah.
It's like
Men
Men Who
Who does
Stare
that
at
with
Goats.
humans too.
That's
so.
true.
If there was a sequel to Men Who Stare at Goats, it would just be
Brian
The Women Who Stare at Pigs.
The woman who sniffs her chips.
Oh, I could have like a whole series of books.
You could.
It'd be like Girl with the
Chip
Dragon
sniffers.
Tattoo. Woman with a Bag of Chips. Just the British version, isn't it?
British. Woman with a bottle of water.
Oh.
What else is there in this? I feel like we've just not cracked through this at all. I feel like Chris Youles remains an enigma.
I feel like it's uncrackable.
I'm fine with just being weird.
A man of mystery.
Yeah, I like that. You got to have some mystery.
Spaffing
All that
dreams
we've
out into the
discovered
ether.
is that the word persimmon is funny, which I think is more than enough to take away.
Absolutely.
Two.
Yeah,
I mean, we know
agree.
what the name of the episode is going to be.
Dreams of persimmons. Persimmon. Two, that I'm expecting great joy at one point, or whatever it was, like good luck or something. Was it good fortune? That was it.
Yeah,
And
your
three,
sexual peak.
I'm at my
as
sexual
well.
peak.
Oh,
And
yeah.
that's good. I'm 29 next month, and I feel like, I'm getting old. I've got a bad back, but now I can wake up tomorrow morning and be like, sexual peak, baby. High five myself. Say persimmon. Say my daily persimmons in the mirror, and walk out of the house head held high.
That's it. Well, I think we've done a damn good job in that case.
All I have playing in my head right now is Chris just saying my neck, my back, my persimmon, and my crack.
Yeah. That's going to be our cover.
The quad. I tried looking up if bears are scared of scissors, but they don't seem to be. There's no connection there.
No,
but
I
the
don't
first
know.
thing that came up when I put our bears was related to dogs.
And the answer
There
is?
you go.
Well, don't leave us on that
so.
cliffhanger.
Are they related to dogs?
Yeah.
Are bears related to dogs? They're entirely different species that evolved from distinct biological families.
I would have sworn it was 98%.
It's just a big dog, innit?
I got really
Big
confused
dogs.
a few months ago because I said to someone that otters weren't bears, and then a little voice in my head was like, "Are you sure about that?" And I was like, "Oh no." And I was just like sure for like a week that I'd got it wrong and that otters were actually the world's smallest bear. They're just water bears. And now I don't know anymore. Now I've confused myself again. Are otters bears? An otter is a slimmer or less hairy bear regardless of age. Is it a bear though?
I think what they're saying is bear is what young otters are called.
No, I just looked at the page and it's gay slang. Okay. I should have been more specific with my search term.
It says here that otters are related to the twink family. Oh, perfect.
Well, on that note.
And that is how you end a podcast about dreams.
Yep.
This is why I need a book. I'm not allowed on the internet.
Are you on Urban Dictionary? Oh, dear.
Well, sorry for not really getting to the bottom of your dream.
No, it's fine. I got some good
but I'm
results
glad-
out of it.
I look forward to your opportunities and hearing what they are.
Yes.
You
And
don't, you're not looking
stories
forward to
about
my
your
sexual
pride.
thing? Thank you.
Yeah, enjoy your sexual peak.
Oh, apparently I will. I might buy a persimmon.
Treat yourself.
Treat yourself.
Right, you
Get,
should too. Give it a sniff.
I'm gonna get a persimmon, a kumquat, and a syphilis, and I'll try them all.
And a bag
and we
of
can do a little orange fruit tier list.
Oh, lovely.
We'll just forget orange.
Oh.
Well, yeah, that's like orange is like the what's it called in science where you have to have like the norm, like the thing
it's
to
like
judge it by.
The control.
The control.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
the control. Good orange.
Okay.
Perfect.
Well, thank you so much for joining us, Chris.
Yeah,
Thank you for having me.
Chris.
That's okay.
Thank
Just
you.
any more dreams, let us know because I'm so intrigued with what's going on.
Yeah, we need to know more.
I'll try and write them down. I normally just wake up, forget, and then wander about the day, thinking about persimmons.
Yeah. It's understandable.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much. Where can people find you
yeah, I
if they
forgot
want to
about that
come and like look for you and talk
Just
about
Show me
persimmons?
fruits. Nice and crispy on Twitter. That's basically it. I don't really do anything else. You can't really find me on
That's it.
on
Just
video
Twitter.
games.
Games.
Yeah,
Does
makes
the
games.
Buy
Star Tenders.
Star Tenders.
Star
On
Tenders. out now.
MetaQuest. There
Then
you
you
go.
can
That's where you can
live-
find me.
The dream. Is that the
might add a
tagline?
persimmon.
It is now.
Can we expect a persimmon
I'll add a persimmon.
cocktail?
Yeah, I'll add that in. And it'll be called My Neck, my Back. My persimmon and my crack. Thank you for having me.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Kirsty. Thank you, Chris. Thank you,
Thank you,
everyone,
Bryony.
for
Thank you, Chris.
listening.
Thank you,
Bye
everybody.
for now. Until next time. Bye-bye.
Bye.